Alright team, all aboard the Everfest hype train. So the new set for Flesh and Blood has been spoiled as Everfest, which is a supplementary set. We kind of already knew it was a supplementary set, but we just didn't know what it was. So now we know that it is Everfest. And this was actually a called shot by a community member, Reese Bilderberg. If you look over here, and they notice this on the post about Arcane Racing going out of print, uh, there's a little set symbol EVR, and they quickly paired that with Everfest, which is already in the lore, and yeah, they were totally right. So, cold shot on that one, Reese. Well played. So, yeah, Everfest is going to be the new set. The lore looks awesome. This reminds me a lot of uh, the days of playing WoW and going to the Dark Moon Fair, which was always super fun. I like the idea of this festival couched in this world of magic and otherworldly abilities. It's just very, very fun and sort of elicits that, yeah, excitement and um, hype, basically, of this new set. So there's a few things I wanted to talk about, which is why I'm so hyped about this set. So the first thing is this carnival slot they talk about here. So I've seen this before in other card games where there's a slot in the booster pack which could be something sort of normal-ish, maybe a reprint, maybe an alternate art, but also could be something like a legitimately old card, like something that's from the beginning of the game. It's actually this old card that's just been placed in the booster pack. Um, so like how cool would it be to get like a gold foil or one of these promos that's otherwise impossible to find, or something we've just never seen before on a Flesh and Blood card. So this carnival slot is going to be super fun. It's going to be make opening packs really exciting, really fun. So yeah, really really hyped about that. Also, this, which is a massive deal, uh, the world first of paper booster packs. So this has always been something that sort of bugged me about the hobby is the mountains of plastic wrappers that go straight into the bin after opening a case or a few cases of a new set. There's nothing you can really do with them, and as far as I know, we can't recycle them, so it's a bit of a burden on the environment. So having recyclable paper wraps is huge. Really cool that LSS is blazing the trail on this one. It says in this article here that they want to put them on all booster packs eventually, but for now it's Everfest, and yeah, hopefully more sets moving forward. That's huge deal for the industry and for the hobby. So yeah, well played LSS on that one. So next thing down here, which I think is really interesting, is this contains new cards for every hero in the game. And in and of itself is a pretty innocuous statement, but LSS do like to sprinkle little Easter eggs, and I just find it interesting the way that they've sort of belabored this point of contains new cards for every hero in the game. And so there's a few things this could mean that I'm speculating on. The first is it could mean that every card in Everfest is generic. I don't think it would be, but it kind of intrigues me the way that they word this, and considering things like we know Arcanate Skullcap is going to be in the set as a reprint. We know that Arcane Rising is out of print, and I expect Welcome to Wraith to be out of print soon as well, based on the timings. And you've got cards like Command and Conquer, cards like Enlightened Strike that are staples to the game, but are really hard to find. And you need to get these cards in the hands of new players without them having to battle the secondary market. So I would like to see, I think, Command and Conquer and Enlightened Strike as a reprint in this set. I don't know how we'll see it or if we'll see it. Maybe they end up in a carnival slot, or maybe it's just an actual reprint of the Majestic. I don't know. Um, but I would like to see it. And so that's kind of where this idea evolved of maybe the set's all generics because those are all generic cards. But While I don't think it's particularly likely, I think that would be a pretty. I know generic sounds boring, but a set of all generics could be quite interesting. The other thing is, if that's not the case, the way that they've worded it, cards for every class. So there are a couple of classes that don't really have much support in Merchant and Shapeshifter. I know that Shapeshifter, the idea of that class is just to play cards from other classes, and similarly Merchant. Um, well, yeah, we've seen Merchant decks in Blitz, which just play all generics, and maybe that's the intention for the class, but it would be cool to see some actual Merchant cards. It's even if they did print some cards in Everfest though, for those classes, they still wouldn't have that much support. So um, perhaps they wouldn't do that. And which brings me to the third thing I think this sentence could mean, which would be nothing basically. they they could just have a normal supplementary set with cards for all the main classes and then some generics. And then technically those generics are for every hero in the game. So um, they fulfill that requirement of that sentence. Um, but I don't think it is that. I think there is some meaning to that sentence, and I'm interested to see what it is. Um, yeah, so that's kind of some speculation and some hype on Everfest. The There is like this little box here. There's not much to be um, drawn from this box, but elixirs, trinkets, miracles, and more. Who knows what that means? Maybe we'll get some cards with art that looks like this in the carnival slot. That could be kind of cool. I don't know what that says, but I'm sure someone can do the enhance on that and draw some meaning out of there. But yeah, uh, I'm I'm on the Everfest hype train. It's leaving the station come February 2022, Christmas 2.0. Can't wait for it. Can't wait to open some packs, get some carnival cards, recycle all my packages, and have a great time. So yeah, bring on 2022.